Hey, you never know. By the time this episode comes out, there might be
Nah, I don't
Drake
think
might
so.
have responded.
He
shouldn't.
I
He shouldn't.
think
take
shouldn't.
your time.
No,
Even
no.
if you want to come back out in September,
he
cool.
respond. No. Sorry,
He
what?
shouldn't respond
No, he
straight
should
away.
respond.
Okay, let's go.
Main Chaff Podcast, episode 241.
Yes, sir.
I don't even know what to do anymore because I'm not representing that man that they called Jermaine Cole. Chafford's finest. I am him. Him and each one in the flesh.
He's him.
You know, Himothy, as some might say. I have to tell you guys every week, do your Googles, but please, you know, do them. And Dancing DK, you know the drill, watch your back. Might have to chuck Santan in there. Honestly, he has a line on Sprinter that about the Blasian thing.
Okay.
It played yesterday. I was just thinking, this is such an odd bar.
Yeah, it's very specific. Maybe
He had a situation. Must have to get this in somehow. But Santan, please come to the front of the congregation. Explain.
Oh God.
Beautiful drink, by the way. Anyway.
Yeah, it's just sugars to keep me up.
Quenched.
Yeah.
Oh, after that tangent, I'm gonna pass it to my partner.
Cole Sanusi, Don Corleone in the building, the one and only, aka L Coolins, aka C Note, aka Dog Dad. We here.
Yes, sir.
Coming through your left ear, your right ear, surround sound, smart speakers, portable speakers, you name it, we are there. Episode
Facts.
241. Let's fucking go, guys. Come on, boys. Let's go. Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
They
Let's
pass
fucking go,
they
guys.
pass on the energy.
It's Eman G45. The G solid in my name. The 45 is silent.
Come on.
It's Genghis Chibogwe.
Come on.
The R&B voice is heavy today.
Yes,
Facts.
sir.
Prince of the East.
Yes, sir.
There's some truth to that, actually.
Say
But
word.
I'll get into it in a second. So it's Prince of the East, Tinfoil Hat Eames, Genghis Chibogwe,
Yes, sir.
Black Mamba Dove, GAM.
Yeah.
God is great. God is powerful.
Indeedly.
My God is better than your God. Simples. It's facts. It's known. Try prove it. You'll fail. Oh, two things. So, Prince of the East. I recently did a 23andMe.
Say word.
Yeah.
What was the results?
I wasn't really looking for the heritage part. I was looking more for the DNA and the scientific traits.
Oh, okay.
If I pass anything on to children and so on and so forth, because not to get too deep into it and not to share any information, but the NHS that kind of messed me around. So I just needed a second opinion, and I got the confirmation, and it is what it was. It is what it is. But the heritage side, I am from the lineage of Ramesses III.
And who is Ramesses III?
He's a pharaoh of Egypt.
Wow, that's a full circle moment. What's the
So
name
I'm
of
the
that
Prince of the
episode?
East.
Oh, that's killing me. I don't know why that's funny. I mean, big time.
So I'm really Prince of the East. And then also on top of that as well, in terms of my lineage, I may need to clear things up with my mother's side and her
right.
lineage, but specifically the genetics that I've inherited showcase that I have not left the continent at all.
What do you
Like
mean?
first, second generation, third,
Oh.
eighth generation, I've never left the continent. And then as far as Ramesses III,
What is that?
my genetic information has just stayed in the continent.
I'm fascinated by how that works.
In other words, I'm 100% Negro.
Fair
Because
enough.
Nubian.
I wanted, do you know, I might give that a go because my dad did it. I want to see if I can pull it up. I don't think I'll ever be able to find it now. But Assalamu alaikum, you know?
Alaikum salam.
Yeah, they found some Iranian in that bitch.
Say
Was that-
word.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was like 2% or something ridiculous.
Okay.
Me,
Fair
I'm
enough.
0.2% Nigerian.
Say what? Hey!
Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
Welcome to the club.
Welcome. What a time.
But the thing is that the
Did he
reason
say 0.2?
0.2. But
Aye.
the thing is that I wasn't even too like heavy on the heritage side, mainly because my dad had already explained our heritage to us, and he went in detail on like where we actually come from, and also being part of the Bantu migration. So in other words, we've never really left the continent. My genetic information. So, yeah.
I mean, it's a beautiful continent. No need to leave it, really. It's got everything you need.
Yeah.
So I respect the Jibogwe lineage for choosing to stay where they've stayed.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But it'll be fascinating to get your mum's side, because obviously it seems you're very well versed in your father's side.
Yeah,
But
very, very, very well versed on my father's side. But my mother's side, I think it's still very much the same. It's just there are a few pieces of information where it's just like,
they're both Tanzanian, innit?
Everyone's Tanzanian.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's Tanzanian. So, yeah. And the other thing as well is the fact that I know somebody, they recently discovered like reels. So they are like heavy into like the mukbang.
Okay.
So you know when people are just eating.
Yeah.
So it sounds wild, but when you hear it, if you don't know what the person's into, you might think otherwise. So imagine you're just sitting down and all you hear is.
Have you ever been swallowed?
That's an insane thing to say. What was the context behind that?
It was just something that I wanted to say before.
No. Have you ever been swallowed? But
TD Jakes.
Yeah.
He was talking about financially swallowed or some shit. Like,
No, I don't know. Have you ever been swallowed with sin and stuff like that?
yeah,
Well, we know he has.
He was going somewhere, but yeah, it wasn't.
Nah, it
it
was
wasn't
sus.
where we thought it was.
He didn't land.
So the mukbang.
Well, he did land somewhere. Pause.
Hey yo,
No, the mukbang. It was just the person is into like mukbang videos because she's like, how are these guys eating this food and so on and so forth. But if you just like don't pay attention to what she's watching and just hearing it,
crazy. It's all mad in the dunya.
Yeah, for real.
that dome is crazy.
The amount that they eat in mukbangs is insane. Like, I couldn't. I have no desire to ever have that much food in front of me.
I could, but I'm not doing that.
Do you
every
think you
day.
could?
Yeah, it's possible. You have to take
What's it, laxative?
yeah.
Damn.
You have to take that stuff because otherwise, that's heavy.
It's gonna be food on food.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, I don't really know how they be doing it. It's some people, it's the sole purpose of their channel. Like, that's what they do.
And then now there's the ASMR as well. So it's like you have to hear them.
Listen, man. To each his own, innit?
For real. To each his own, indeed. Where do we want to go
Should we
from
go
here?
main event? Because I think we should.
Yeah. Just kick off.
Euphoria. What does it mean to you guys, Euphoria?
Happiness, and a TV show that drops on HBO, which
Climax.
is aimed at the person he's dissing. So that's genius.
That's out to Sydney Sweeney.
She's their best.
Is it a good show?
No. Awful.
Oh wow.
It's not. I don't think it's
Season
awful.
season one's good. Let me take that back. But season 2 was borderline unwatchable at times.
Did they
It's
renew
an
it?
odd bunch. Sorry?
Did they renew it?
No. So all the stars have blown up in their own right.
Yeah.
And they are struggling to find time to create
Come back for
a
season 3.
schedule for it. Yeah. Plus one of the main stars passed away. So it's very much up in the air. I don't think the next season.
They don't need. I don't think they need to.
They don't need to. They don't need to.
They're gonna look. What? They're still gonna be in high school and they'll be 30. Like, come off it, man.
How old is Zendaya now?
Bro, we look 30.
Yeah,
We're 30, bro. We look
but
young.
Yeah, but I don't think we could play high school students.
I think it's possible.
That's the biggest issue with Spider-Man 1, because these man they were 30. Even like
Yeah, but were they high school?
they were playing
but-
high school. I don't think you look young. You look good for your age, of course, but like I don't think you could play a high school student.
Yeah,
look,
Toby
look at
Plus,
what
I haven't even seen the actors.
no.
as well.
Look at your face when you was in school. Like, I don't think so.
Yeah, Toby looked like he had a wife and kids.
Yeah, he had a mortgage and
let's
shit.
be-
Like,
let's-
he had
let's-
places to be.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
Their man looked gold at that time. So.
But Euphoria as a vehicle for all of them is done. Because what? Zendaya's 26?
Yeah,
and she's just...
With no
she's out
makeup,
here
she
now.
looks okay. She looks young.
But not high school, bro.
She could pass for high school. High school is 17, 18.
She does not look 18.
Bro, look at Spider-Man No Way Home.
4 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
That is a woman. I'm sorry. I see.
At
a
least you
woman.
know what a woman is in a child.
Huh?
Euphoria, the song.
Oh,
Yeah.
fair enough. You got me there.
Mm.
Thought you were trying to
So-
send sneak this. I was like, what?
Nah, not
So
you.
should we
not you.
unpack this?
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
let's
go from
unpack
the
it.
The
beginning.
beginning.
What the hell was that?
That is from the
You gotta
Wiz.
play it backwards.
The Wiz featuring Diana Ross and Michael Jackson and Richard Pryor. So Richard Pryor is the guy behind the veil saying, "What's it?
Everything they say about me is true.
Everything they say about me is true." So they just rewinded that part.
Illuminati.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Have at it, Kendrick. The triple entendres. I know you're doing backflips over there.
What's the general consensus of this in there before we get
It's
into
fantastic.
the
It's a
breakdown?
10 out of 10, bro.
10 out of
no,
10.
Let me not lie. 9 out of 10. That's it.
9.
Yeah,
Okay.
9. High 9.
I don't know. I've been thinking about this long and hard. I didn't particularly enjoy it. And I'm really trying with it. I can see why people like it. It's a bit like how I feel about professional footballer Eden Hazard. I think I can see he's one of the best to ever do it. Probably one of the best wingers ever. But I just don't like him as a player. And I think that's how I feel about this song. I can see he's doing what he's doing lyrically and the pockets he's finding. We'll sit here till the cows come home about that. But the song itself is a real tough listen. And I couldn't vibe with it. I've not enjoyed it, is what I'd say. And as a diss, I don't feel like it was particularly groundbreaking. I think he rehashed a lot of things we already knew about Drake,
Yeah.
but he said it in a clever way, put his own spin on it. But I was like, we're at the dance, bro. Like, you have to come with something. You have to give us something else. You have to give us something new. A lot of the stuff he said, we already knew. I don't feel like I learned anything new from this.
Interesting. What is like from your perspective? Because obviously I actually felt the same way as you when I listened to it initially. I felt like it was a bit much for a diss. The song was too long.
Yeah,
for
no
a
need to be a
diss.
6 minute.
The beat didn't really move me, and I just felt like the long build up at the beginning for me.
But this is how I feel about Ether. Like, it's not a great song. Do you know what I mean? It's a bunch of slurs and just trying to crash it on someone. That's how I feel about that. Like, being in the song and saying, I hate the way you dress, it sounds hard, but I'm like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Especially when he's tried, I think he's tried to rap at you and he's rapped at you well.
It's my date.
What,
Strong
not?
hate, strong hate. I hear it.
But
Continue, man.
I think my thought process, listen to it first time, was a bit underwhelmed. I felt like all the criticisms we just highlighted, it stuck out to me very quickly. The rehash of bars, him doing the Pusha T sign to one guy to another guy bar stuck out to me initially. I was like, no, why are you doing this? And the beat as well, everything packaged together, I didn't really enjoy it first listen. Sat with it for a little bit of a more time, and then some of the bars began to unravel themselves to me. And ultimately, the reason why I think Drake and Kendrick is such a good matchup is because they both represent two very different things. But the one thing they have in common is they can rap really, really well. So,
and do you know what, I must say, I do have a newfound appreciation for this, having listened to the JBP today. And, you know, they're real hip-hop heads. They're going to decipher it. They're going to break it down. And things that probably went over my head, I was like, hard as bricks. Like, you are really saying some shit. But as a song, do I enjoy it? I think this is even a tame version. If we'd come in on Tuesday, dog, I would have ripped.
But the problem with it is it's not to be enjoyed.
It's not. But I don't think it's just. It's a tough listen. This has always been my problem with Kendrick. I think he's a fantastic rapper, but I always feel like he's rapping at me as opposed to, I don't know, to me. Do you know what I mean? It's like, bro, we get it. You can do triple entendres with the syllables, the sibilimili. Like, I get you can do that.
But I don't think that was the best aspects of the diss personally. It was obviously he can rap well, and I did like that aspect of it. But I just love the places he took it. he was dissing the whole. The best thing about the diss for me is that he dressed down Drake's character directly, and he talked about the reasons why he thinks Drake ultimately is a culture vulture. You try to take your swag from America, it ain't it. You Canadian dons are all on this cruddy, whatever it may be stuff. That was hilarious. You cheesing, fam. You know, all that stuff is incredible. Going into the reasons why people.
But that's even played out. Like we've been doing.
I thought it was great.
We've been doing this for years. Like this, he's not the first person to do this. Like
he's not.
You're rehashing things that are nearly 15 years old at this point.
No, but there's a way to do it. Drake went against Meek Mill. Meek Mill didn't do what he had to do.
Yeah, agreed.
Pants. Pusha T went at Drake and pressed the nuclear button. And that diss will be forever cemented in time.
Yeah, fantastic.
This is different. This is, let me play you at your own game. You've poked fun at me for my height and all this stuff, at my splits and whatnot. Let me poke fun at your character.
Yeah.
You don't take care of your kids. Your kid, your whole personality is a ruse. The culture feels this way, and I'm telling you that the culture feels this way because you know it's the truth. When I see Sexy Red and you stand next to each other, I believe I see two bad bitches.
Yeah,
I can't lie.
I heard that he bodied that.
Kendrick slapped Drake's head, and it didn't appear obvious to me at first.
I wouldn't say he slapped his head.
He slapped his head.
I think this is very replyable to you.
No.
I still have it 2-1 personally.
It's not. I'm not saying I'm not saying the
2-1 to who?
To Drake.
To Kendrick.
To Drake.
To Kendrick.
I'm not saying the beef is done. It's not done.
No.
But I'm saying Kendrick's diss is worthy of a point, in my opinion. But I don't. But
I'm not mad at that. Like I can like one thing I'm going to say is as much as I don't like it, I can not like something and appreciate that it is good. So you giving it a point, I'm not gonna argue with you on that till the end of the episode. Like that to me is cool, but it didn't move me to the point that I had to give him a point. I rate like that so much that I could say it's 2-2 because that was just such a bomb. The cultural impact, everything. You know, I could give you 2 points for that.
Like that is the best song
in the whole of this. Maybe Tailor Made. I really like Tailor Made. It's a shame it's not on DSP.
Oh yeah, we forget. The thing. Okay, yeah, we forgot about Tailor Made. Continue.
I think Like That might even be the best song of the year so far.
Yeah.
As a collective, not just
because
what he did.
It was unexpected. Kendrick wasn't supposed to. I mean, he was just silent. We just didn't hear from him. The next thing, these niggas talking out their necks. Yeah, no.
He went crazy on that. I found a new. I got a new level of respect for Kendrick after Like That, 100%. Because he's never been my guy personally, but that made me look at him differently. Like, okay, you can really get down, and that's why it's going crazy because it can be played in the clubs. Like he stays scheming Drake. That was genius. He's gonna hear that everywhere.
Yeah, and that's that's the
that was a clever play that I didn't think he had in his handbook.
Yeah. Shout out to Kendrick. I'm glad he actually responded. I'm glad he took the time, but a part of me does wish it came a bit earlier because.
Nah, I think it came at the right time.
I feel like at the point he dropped, I had lost interest. I think people lost interest. Not fully, obviously, clearly people are happy now. But I just felt like the sting of the impact of Drake's Tailor Made kind of made me feel like only one man out is out here to play. That's how it felt like at the time.
The thing about Tailor Made, it wasn't necessary.
I thought Tailor Made was great.
It's
not. I would not.
It's corny, bro.
Because
the thing is, he's basically trying to tell him, oh yeah, you should come with the stuff, that you're talking about. You should. It's like, it's egging him on to give a response. You should have just waited.
To what? To waited for a response.
Or you should have just done a back-to-back.
But that was essentially a back-to-back, no?
I don't think so.
No, it was, you know what? At the end of the day...
more trolling, if anything.
Yeah, it was more trolling, but I feel that it was more toward that corny side, where it's just like, you didn't need to do the Tupac version. You didn't need to do Snoop. However, do I like it? Yes. But I still feel that it's corny.
Yeah, fair enough.
I still feel that it's corny.
I thought it was clever. A great use of the technology that is inevitably on the rise. So I personally wasn't mad at it. I thought it elevated the song, but I hear your complaints. That does make sense. But
I mean, they ain't got to get personal. This is a friendly fade.
Nah,
You should keep it
that's all done.
You should keep it that way.
The person
not
who's
gonna
gonna
be
win
kept
is
that
gonna
way, though,
be who has the best tea, and
Nah.
it's not just gonna be about lyrical miracle. That's because we both know you can rap your asses off. This is gonna be about whoever. It's gonna have to be. It's gonna come down to exposure.
And then also the other fact as well. If we factor in everything, it's the fact that Drake went and teased the track.
Which
and,
one? Push-ups.
Push-ups. He
Yeah.
teased push-ups, then he drops push-ups later.
Mm.
If you're really about it, you should have just dropped it. You should
I
just
mean,
put it on SoundCloud.
he-
Like if you couldn't get a sample clip, put it on SoundCloud. Doesn't matter. Just put it on SoundCloud. That's it. You ain't gotta worry about it. People are gonna listen to it. People are gonna find it. That's it. But instead,
I'm not too mad about him.
He teased it, then
I don't
something
think that's
dropped.
that
Yeah,
deep.
I'm not-
The
that's
next-
what I was
the
gonna
next,
say.
the next record Drake drops, he's gonna put it out.
He has to.
Like I don't think that's.
I think if you're gonna go,
he's gonna put it out.
yeah, you gotta put like just clean as well. Like none of this. I've got to find it here and there.
It's always been about love and hate. Now let me say this: I'm the biggest hater. I hate the way that you walk, the way you talk, the way that you dress. I hate the way that you sneak this. If I catch a flight, it's gonna be direct.
Now there's a couple things I wasn't agreeing with Kendrick on because
Man, I said you don't have a classic.
Kendrick sneak this is too. Kendrick says that Drake hasn't got a classic. That's cap.
Yeah, no, that was cap. That was cap.
That
There's
was
a couple of
insane, cap.
cappuccinos in there,
But you have to. It's this.
yeah,
It's this.
you
And
gotta
I
just say
respect
what you
it.
gotta say.
And do you know what? To
Actually-
be fair to Kendrick, he might not have a classic.
No,
He
yeah,
does,
No,
come
no,
on.
no,
No, maybe
because
true Kendrick. Like, I
No,
don't know
no,
that
no,
much.
to Kendrick.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
what
obvious.
to really put that
He
conversation
definitely does.
forward. To put that conversation forward, no one can actually say what Drake's classic is.
It's take care of views, and if
Whereas
you're reading
everyone is just no,
there's
Yes.
there's no debate.
Views isn't that classic.
no people can debate
What?
it.
Views isn't that classic.
Views is a classic because I have to give it to it because of its cultural
Yeah, but
impact.
the thing is,
I don't
people
think
can
it's
have
classic.
to.
But the thing is, people can debate
But
it.
that's-
Whereas
that's the
people, when they look
proposition
at To
for
Pimp a
another day.
Butterfly, they say, "Oh, it's a classic," or whatever, it's a classic.
Yeah, I
They say,
hear it.
"Damn, oh, it's the classic." Remember, I even said, "Let the freaking album breathe first before it becomes a classic." So people have already put
But
that
people-
on its pedestal as a classic. Whereas Drake's album, first time you hear it, it's whatever. Then you later on you appreciate it, and then you might say, "Turn around, it's
Nah,
a classic."
I don't
So
know. I
if we're
think
gonna
he's-
put it in that perspective, then
Nah,
yeah,
he's
I
just
understand
got
it. However,
classics clean.
yes, he has them. But if you put it in that perspective, you can understand why Kendrick is saying that.
I mean, I think Kendrick gets a pass from the genre that other people aren't afforded, and it is just a case of, well, if he's the anti-Drake. If you don't like Drake,
Yeah,
he's your
100%.
answer.
Yeah, 100%.
So I think there's certain things that Kendrick has been allowed to get away with that I don't think other artists would have had the had the grace, I guess, to have that. I just think he has been afforded certain graces, but not in a bad way. Like, I get it, especially when Drake is probably the more mainstream option and the genre doesn't like that. Of course, they're going to pick someone who is the complete opposite of that.
Mr. Morale also isn't a classic, by the way.
That's a bad album.
Kendrick
Nah, not a bad album.
Don't get away with
Mid.
that. You ain't getting away with that one, buddy.
Mr. Morale.
It's a good album. It's a good album. But it's
Mr.
not.
Morale and
It's
the
not.
mid-steppers.
it's a great album.
It's not a
I
classic.
don't know, man.
It's
I
not a
wouldn't
classic.
say it's a classic, but it's a great album.
How many songs is it? 20?
It's something like that.
Again, it's just, like my biggest gripe with him is he's rapping at me as opposed to me.
No, that's
I've
only,
never-
that's
I've
only
never-
one song.
I've never
Nah.
agreed.
That's only one song that he's rapping to.
That's
you.
just-
Other
that's
songs
just
he's
my-
not rapping to.
I know it's your preference.
That's just
and
how I
fine.
feel.
There's
fine,
only
your
one
preference.
song
I've
where he's
never
rapping
felt
to
that
you.
way.
And the other one is screaming.
Well, that all.
Yeah, but
falls
the
under
thing is, it's
same-
not, no, but you can't say that for the whole album. It's only one song.
It's got-
Nah, I really do feel like that.
No, there's one
No,
song.
I promise you, bro.
I'm a killer, he's a killer, she's a killer bitch. That's
What-
the only track
What's the
that you
one
can
he's
probably
talking
turn.
about his aunt
Auntie Diaries. My auntie is a man now.
just yapping, Japanese.
I thought that was.
That's
Yang-
it.
What?
I can't recommend that. The next episode. Japanese is crazy. He does have a few songs where he's shouting. Like, How?
It's not even the shouting. It's just I feel like,
How?
brother, breathe. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes I
He
just,
wasn't even. Nah.
Loving you is complicated. Love you is complicated.
That's actually a great song as well.
Loving you, not loving you.
100 proof.
Hey man, listen. I actually think the best thing about this, and the best thing about this situation is Kendrick took it to a place where we could actually laugh. And I think there's so many ways you can get at Kendrick's character.
I don't even like how you
to
say
laugh.
nigga.
Yeah.
I just think it sets the bar up to be. I know people may think it can get a bit more disrespectful, but I won't be surprised if this becomes more silly.
Yeah,
Because Drake loves all that silly shit anyway.
I don't know if we'll ever get a winner.
No, because at the end of the day, people already picked their sides.
Cutthroat
If you love Drake,
business.
and you hate
Let's
Kendrick,
not get
you're gonna go
twisted.
with
Yeah,
Drake,
yeah,
and
yeah.
the vice versa
What
for
is
Kendrick.
braids?
Like it's so obvious online. You look at people's real opinions on it, and it's like, bruh, like, and if you do say that you prefer another person's diss, in this case, I see it more with the Drake stuff now. Obviously, it swings and roundabouts. It's like, oh, you're an OVO gobbler, you're
An
Audrey
OVO gobbler is
Audrey
crazy.
Angel, Aubrey sexual, blah blah blah. But it's like
You
you're
can't
doing
do
the-
this to me.
You're doing the exact same thing for Kendrick Lamar, and it's not because you might not even like the diss more than you like Drake. So you're just
Yeah,
doing
that's
it because
true.
you like Kendrick more than Drake, and that's fine. But let's just be honest, you know.
I would like to see a clear cut end, almost like what we had with the story of Adidon. I don't think we'll get it because of the points
It's
you
coming
made.
from Kendrick.
Do you think?
It's coming from Kendrick.
Do you think Kendrick wins this
When
in the
I'm
end?
right, I'm right. And there's nothing you could do about it. It's coming from Kendrick.
Do you think Kendrick wins then?
You said you had your money
I'm
on
off.
call. What happened? You had to forfeit that money, bruv.
I did. But that's not.
It's
That's
coming from
that's,
Kendrick.
That's out of.
We just
that's
saw
unforeseen circumstances
Nah.
that I didn't. Something obviously like for Cole to make that apology. Something's obviously happened.
Yeah, we know.
They've had a phone call,
We know
and
that.
he's been like, "Bro, I really don't like this man. Like,
of course.
step back." So, if Cole wanted to go, I would have. The mode that Cole was in, I had my money on him.
That is one of the things I wanted to mention here. Out of all these records, I've not heard an ability better than what we've heard from Cole in the past. Maybe even in the music he's put out this year, Cole is still rapping at the best. Like Kendrick and Drake have done their thing, respectively, between the two of them. But it's still like Cole's rapping.
The level he is
been
rapping
crazy.
at is insane.
So,
it's such
it's a shame.
Like I don't know. I don't think it's even a year old yet. But that performance on First Person Shooter is, in terms of just like pure rap performance. And I'm not even just talking about the words he's getting off. I'm talking about rap performance on a song. It's one of the best I've
This
ever
is
heard.
a solid rap performance on the song. Solid.
I'm not
The
dis-
beat change.
I'm not. I've
everything.
actually. I've
Song.
said.
Snapping.
I've said it's a good.
This,
the
yeah.
Kendrick disc.
I've said
Kendrick
it's a
is
good
that.
song. It's just
Snapping.
not. I just didn't vibe with it, and I definitely tried.
Don't
'cause
like words.
I definitely came up. No, I actually hate him. I actually hate him.
I will say though, Eman, from a technical perspective, or just like him rapping,
Oh, incredible.
it is incredible, but it had to warm. That's why I didn't like it initially. When you listen back, the first half of the song, it's almost like he's playing with his food a little bit.
Yeah.
Until he gets to the point where he goes, well, there's the two switches. Is the switch where he starts to get into the I don't like you bag, and then the switch where he's like, can I bleed him? After
Yeah.
can I bleed him, it's over. He starts
When I
to
see
cook.
you start with sexy red, I see two bad bitches.
The next 2 minutes is peak. Because I caught myself listening back to it again. I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
The last 2 minutes is fucked.
But why wouldn't you just put that? Like that's actually
That's
a
my
more
issue.
enjoyable experience.
That's my
I
issue.
probably would have enjoyed it, more, but like,
You blacked
what
my
am I
last
doing?
two.
Because the thing with me is that Push Up, the demo that he sent out was great.
What you really like the I Get Money version?
Yes. I like the Biggie sample, Get Money. I like that. And then when you hear the other record, it's like, nah. And then it even comes back to the point of him whispering on the track, try and give me 50. Try and give me 50. Like, bro, no.
I think this is,
When I hear this track, I'm like,
I think this is gonna boil down to preference, and I just think tonality. Throughout my years, I've enjoyed Drake more than I've enjoyed Kendrick. So that's
when he
probably why I've
sings-
got it at 2-1. But I completely can. I understand. It sounds you're more in favor of Kendrick's style.
guys from Canada. Oh, that's one thing I wanted to mention as well. Like the race aspect.
Okay.
When we look at J. Cole, we don't really put that on him like that.
Right.
We don't put the race aspect on him. And I think it's solely because the way Americans view America is like here. And anywhere else is just here. It's like there isn't anything that you could do to come onto our level. So the fact that Drake has surpassed all that, he's still trying to reinforce that stereotype like, bro, he's not from here. Not only that he's not from here, his whole background, his whole past is fabricated.
He's half American.
He's half American, yes, but the fact that he's said like he's stood up for Canada mostly. He's not come on the side of said, oh yeah, I'm American. He's always stood on the side of being Canadian because
Canadan slaps her. That was hard.
Yeah.
It felt right. I didn't even.
Shout out to the
That's the name of the
Canadians.
episode.
Canada's crazy.
Canadan.
So, like even the aspect of like his mum, his heritage, him being Jewish and so on and so forth. He's claimed that he showcased that very much so. So like him talking about being, yes, that is a true fact that his father's from the States. And even like in just cultural wise, in Africa, Asia, anywhere you go, you always have to claim the father's side. And he never claimed that. So then now he's obviously just... So we will never put that race thing on J. Cole, mainly because he's always said he's from the States, he's from Charlottesville, North Carolina, and that's that.
It's been very obvious from the jump.
Yeah, but there's different type of big face. Do you know what I mean?
No, I know. But Drake hasn't helped himself though. Like if you look through his career, he's very much shown traits of a man who has an identity crisis from the beginning till now. So it's a very easy thing for Kendrick to poke fun at.
Him and Amala, sorry, not Mahalia.
Doja Cat.
Yeah,
Cat Doge.
That's an identity crisis.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I think Doja Cat is just crazy. I think she's just tapped. Whereas Drake is just it's a calculated thing, you know. Like at the beginning of his career, you got more of the Texasisms up until like nothing was the same. Then after that, it just became. If you're reading this, was incredibly Toronto-y, 6y, and probably that's why we liked it the most because it was actually where he is from. It was him.
His true
views was more or less him, and then it became more Caribbean and roadman-y Drake as the further along you go. So I've always said this, like Drake's always been at his best for me when he's been more himself.
Yeah.
And the more he's strayed away from it, the weirder it's looked. And Kendrick highlighted that on the track, and I hear it, man. These are good things that we haven't really... Obviously, Pusha touched on it to some extent, but I really like the fact that Kendrick honed in on that.
I think sometimes you just need a good old dressing down, as they say.
I like Drake when he sings. I don't like it when he tries to act tough. Like, I get it. Yeah. I actually understand.
The arguments that he's put forward are defo here.
I don't beef.
I don't disagree with anything Kendrick actually said. I think he's actually put a lot of good arguments forward.
Pusha T.
That was a bit like, why did you say it like that, bro?
I think it's because of the AI is saying they don't know how to pronounce the T's. So him saying T...
The way you said it.
You knew it was him.
He's Terrence Thornton. I'm Terrence Crawford. I'm
whipping feet.
That was a bar. That was
I'm whipping
crazy.
feet. Oh, the bar that was crazy was the one about Jay Prince. I Park his son. That one was crazy.
That's bad. It's bad manners.
Yeah, that was bad.
It's bad manners.
That was
Jay
crazy.
Prince have Parkinson's?
No. It was I mean, if he does, that's
if he does, that's wild.
That's even crazier.
Yeah.
I can't remember the actual scheme that he raps, but it's basically about his son trying to be like him, being a killer, and like he's saying if he gets shaky, I'll park his son. And apparently he used to park cars back in the day, Jay Prince's son. So it's just like fucking hell.
That's insane.
Fair enough.
Yo, he's up, man. That Daft Punk bar, very in your face, but I love it.
Yeah, man. You better walk around like Daft Punk. Listen, you got your shit.
Remember
the one about AIM? But he actually
aiming the Drake.
Yeah, cold,
man,
cold.
He cooked. It took a while for me to get really deep it, and I wish the song was shorter.
Yeah, it's just not an enjoyable song. It just isn't. I can't. But
we don't want to hear you say nigga no more.
What's a way to end it? He's gonna have a real tough time coming back with that word, you know.
Yeah, it's true.
For certain people.
What's your bets on the next round? Who do you reckon's gonna take it?
It's Kendrick.
Your money's still on Kenny, yeah?
Still come through Kenny.
I think Drake.
I think because Kendrick will have the purists This is just all going to be about T, though.
Yeah. You know what? I think you're right.
Let him
earlier,
drop the
get
T.
me.
But
Not even about the T. About really, it's just gonna come down to preference, man.
I just
Unless someone says something incredibly brazy and
it
it's
has
just
to be a story of
club thing
Adidon
or
level
something.
of.
the
And I think
Diddy
they both
Bar
had
and
mad
Chubbs,
things
the
on
Diddy
each
Bar
other.
and Chubbs.
Do you know, I wanted someone to say that for a long time because I've been like, you
Let me
keep
see
naming
if
this man.
Chubbs
Is
really
he about
crash
it?
something. It's the way he said
Chubbs
it.
is not even chubby.
I don't know. It's not.
No, but he was chubby, so they
Parties
call him
next door.
Chubbs.
There's not a party next door. Like,
Nah, he gained weight.
Yeah, he's fat again.
Not body shaming, but
Shouts out to Party. He made it. Put out a
he
great
just
album.
did.
Party. Yeah.
His album cover is insane.
I can't listen to it out in public.
Is it out?
Yeah, it's out.
Was it good?
It's decent. I need to listen to it again.
Ah, fair enough.
I think it's
Oh, wow.
decent. I don't really have much.
I think
of
that
a
sound
opinion
is
on
done, you know, though. Like, it's a space that I don't think
But
is
he's
there anymore.
His sound has changed a bit since Free. It's very. I don't know. It's weird. I can't really gauge it. Party Mobile and this album sound similar to me. And I don't know if I like it. Yeah, I need to listen to it a couple more times to really feel how I feel.
I wonder what made him not choose to
yeah.
like go. I don't even think he was that blocked by OVO necessarily. I feel like if any of them could have gone, it would have been him.
Well, it just depends, innit? Like what you want as an artist. Some artists just don't really want to be the guy.
Yeah, they don't want the
maybe
limelight.
I think for him that was probably the case.
Mm.
I think Drake has a crazy diss on him, but I don't know if dropping it is gonna help him. If that makes sense. I don't know if people want to hear about Kendrick T. It might be something crazy he's got, but I just don't. I feel like for some reason after this diss, I feel like the public won't rate it if he does it.
How so?
Because I just feel like Kendrick is so beloved to people that, and like you
But
said,
this is what I'm saying. Is this what I'm saying? And he's afforded certain things.
no, that's my point. So
Yeah.
if we were to hear T on Kendrick, people will just either dismiss it or they'll be like, oh, how can Drake? It's basically like and in my view, it's very hypocritical because it's like Pusha came out and did the mad thing on Drake, right? And ultimately, yes, rap beef, anything should
But
go.
the only
no one's gonna begrudge Pusha
But we
T for
don't-
it, and we don't begrudge Pusha T for it because he did what he had to do.
Yeah.
I think if Drake does what he has to do,
I don't think Drake's
against
got that in
Kendrick,
him.
and whether or not that's a different story, but I don't think people will rate it.
But the difference is,
I don't
is
think
that
people will rate it.
with Pusha T, it was more about his character than it was about the T. Like, let's not forget.
Nah, it was a T.
No.
It was a T.
It was more about his character than it was about the T. The T basically
T.
no. It was more about his character than it was about the T. People went and ran with the T because it was like, oh, what's this? And then now there was one video I was watching, Sean T live, and he was talking about how Pusha T had to basically make Drake a father. Because of that diss, he had to make him a father.
Wow.
Let that.
So then now his character was really in question. So then now I
But
have
no. To your point though, that's funny, and we're getting shit off. And I'm not trying to cape for my man, but he was being a father behind the scene. The whole plan was for him to use the Adidas line to say, "Hey, look, this is my situation. This is what's going on." And the thing is,
But then there's the character in question. Like, bro, I mean
it did, but the T was salacious. Like that.
he
That's
deserves
what made
more
the song.
than an Adidas press run.
Listen, I listened to that song recently. I was like, because it's not on DSPs, but I went back because this made me go back into a lot of diss tracks. I was like, that's such an impressive song.
Cooked.
Yeah, 100%.
It's not even a long diss either.
No,
like
it's
2
not.
minutes.
Like, how did he get all
Got
of that?
everything off.
I'm
Surgical summer. We're gonna peel this back layer by layer.
He didn't even have to go again.
He didn't.
Nah, it was done. That was the only layer.
That's like immortalizing hip hop.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
One of the most
Crazy.
important moments.
top one of the top
And then
3, 5.
someone says all this, sneak this and all this, red tear. And then the person basically tweeted all this stuff, and basically nothing has happened to Push. Push replied, not even a fingernail. Not even a fingernail has been touched.
Say less.
Yeah, all of that talk though, like I'm not really buying it. These are multi-millionaires. They're businesses.
No,
I'm not. They're moving correctly.
You can't talk about sticks. You can't talk about trap and give me 50. Because the what? And then this is what you do. Basically, his character is now in question again.
His
character's in question again. However, right now we
at
already
like WWE wrestlers.
no, but the thing is with his character, we've kind of accepted it, or we've enabled him to do what he does because he makes great music.
Yeah,
No,
100%.
I hear it, but I
care
don't.
enough.
Well, I don't look at. I don't hear someone who's nearly a billionaire, and then say they're talking about sticks and stuff, and be like, "Well, he's outside crashing it." If you think that, that's insane. Like, I'm not gonna hold him to that. That
he
nothing's
is doing
happened.
it. He's talking that stuff regardless of your
Because it's
opinion.
an act. It's fucking. He's got a stage name.
Because what? It's an act.
Is
There
Kendrick
you go.
is Kendrick really gonna crash out?
He's gonna crash it on him.
You think Kendrick's outside like that?
He's gonna crash
Come on,
it
man.
on him.
What are we doing?
He's going to crash it on him.
Lyrically?
Both.
No, come on.
That's a both.
Both. And then even you have to look at it as well from like a musical perspective as well. It's the fact that Drake befriended YG. He then befriended the Game. So like there's that Pyru blood affiliation that you can't really kind of cross. So if you want to get gangs involved in this and that, LA was you can't really
It's not
do.
going down. No one.
No, it's chess play. You can't.
It's not
You
gonna
can't
go in
negate
that
it.
direction.
If I'm gonna do that, then at least I'm calling your area.
If anyone, obviously, will be disappointed, and we don't wish death on anyone, but if it gets violent at all, I'll be so disappointed. It doesn't need to go there.
Well, you can't. Well, no, not really. It's a character thing.
But it's like,
If you're really about it, then don't talk about it. If
Come-
it's
what are we-
WWE, yeah, but if you're gonna talk about it, do something.
Fuck it. I don't think that's how life works.
It's not
They
how life
obviously- it's
works,
all
but that's
high-
how he's trying to portray himself. His character now is in question.
Do you know why I think the Pusha T and Drake thing, and this is just me with like half speculation here, that it could have went south. I think Drake was gonna get into some kind of like mob ties bag, as in stuff that's really happened bag,
Yeah.
and hence why Jay Prince got involved and said allow it.
Mm.
Because when you really deep the kind of character Jay Prince is, the kind of character Drake is, we don't associate. Drake says all this stuff, but nobody believes him. But if he goes out and says something that's actually happened, then it actually does become a thing.
Yeah.
In this Kendrick and Drake thing, nobody wants to see that. Top is a fucking gangster, but I'm pretty sure Top has Jay Prince on the phone, and their man have already said like, look, bro, this is music. It's not that deep.
Yeah.
Depends.
But then the problem like I was gonna say, the problem with Kendrick is that there's a little bit of like illusion to you come after playing it's real life extortion. Jay Prince, I'll park your son. It's a bit like I won't be surprised. He is, but I won't be surprised now, unfortunately, if Drake comes back and it's this and it becomes a little bit more like, you know, we get more not streety, but like Drake's version of street. Do you know what I mean? And it becomes
Drake's version of street
which is street.
Chafford
I'm not even.
100.
Let's be honest, it is. He's got real people behind him. People want to pretend like the guy hasn't become more and more gang affiliated the longer he's been into the game. He's got Birdman, all them man. He's got fucking Jay Prince. If it becomes a serious thing, then it loses all.
Yeah,
all,
like,
all
I don't want to
purpose.
see that.
Nobody wants to see that.
This is. I just wanted this to stay at technical level, and if you've got some tea, you know, forever hold. Say it now, forever hold your
No,
peace.
Drake is gonna come with the T, but Kendrick's just gonna come with character, and he's really gonna put into perspective of how this guy might just be a lame. Though we love him, he's a lame.
Yeah,
and as I said,
we've been
Yeah.
we've been knowing it. We've just enabled.
He can't
him because
do that
can
again
create
though.
music.
He's already done it. He's already questioned his character.
No, but this
To
time,
do that
I
again
think,
would be-
I think there's too much involved. He mentioned about the 500k, about the essay that Drake was involved in. That's
Yaxicus.
one. And then we could talk about the pacifier as well.
What was that?
Kids.
Euphoria.
What's that about?
The name of the track is crazy.
Euphoria is about teenage kids who are on drugs.
And who is the executive producer?
Are you? No, don't do that to him.
Drake Graham.
You see why this track is amazing?
Do that to him.
Not even just Drake. All
Alright, no, someone explain the pacifier line to me then.
like a pacifier. Like
He says, I could get into that line, but this is a random act of kindness.
Like a
I'm not going to get into it, but
dummy.
we know what that's about. Let's not get into it. This is a random act of kindness.
So he's saying that Euphoria is what he's on. The TV show. So teenagers on drugs. That's his bag.
He's on Teenage Fever.
Hey, he's got a song about it.
She ain't scared of it, and I ain't either.
That's a crazy thing to
Whatever the
say.
lyrics are.
I mean, yeah, it could be long for him. I actually think he's in a very dangerous place.
Very,
you're playing
very
with someone
dangerous.
that you're a global superstar.
And this man moves silent.
You walk around like the president. This isn't normal.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean?
This is gonna be interesting.
I don't know how you play this if you're him.
Come full Kenny.
He has to respond, but
Who the
I don't
fuck
know
you
what's
think
on
you're
the
talking
other
to,
end of
baby?
that response.
You should take a little bit more time.
Oh, 100%.
Take a week.
More?
Maybe 2. Take some time.
If you need, don't come back to August. I'm not even.
Sweetie, that's when he was back in his bag. He said,
Yeah.
"Yeah, let me go and do like, is there more?"
Is there more? Listen, man.
Sweetie, the
The
berry, the
wa-
black, and the juice, the boy back in the booth ready to tap in the tree. He was really talking
in
them
his,
bars.
in his bag. What? Yo, one bar, yeah, that Kendrick got off. Is this 20v1 or 1v20?
Yeah, or
Yeah.
the AI.
I said yeah.
Yeah.
Go get beans.
I
I was
was felt
thinking that as
energized.
well.
I was like, the
Yeah.
best bars in this are the ones where they're actually directly going back and forth on what they've been saying to each other.
Exactly.
Those are the shits where I'm like, yeah, these man they don't like each other. Man.
Not at all. He
I like
does
that
not
ish.
like that,
I
man.
hate the way that you talk, the way that you walk, the way that you dress.
His clothes, whack. His stance, whack. The way he walks, whack. The way he talks, whack. His shoe size, whack. Listen, man.
That sexy red bar is insane as well, man.
I believe I see 2 bad bitches. That's crazy.
But I think that's like it's real jokes, but it's just like I just think
I'm
you're
here for it,
corny,
man.
and I don't care.
It's not even about who's the best. I just don't like you.
I don't.
That's a great angle. I can't lie. Listen, man. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar for coming outside and giving us
Agreed.
the entertainment.
Agreed.
The beef was getting stale, but it's cooking now.
For sure.
It's sizzling.
I need a shortened version of that song, please and thank you.
Yeah, man.
But listen, as we've all agreed, he was definitely snapping.
Hey, you never know. By the time this episode comes out, there might be.
Nah, I don't
Drake
think
might
so.
have responded.
He
shouldn't.
I
He shouldn't.
think
take your time.
No,
Even
no.
if you want to come back out in September,
he
cool.
respond. No. Story.
He
What?
shouldn't respond
Nah, he
straight
should
away.
respond.
There's no clock, man. Ether came out 2 years later.
But I think that he should let this breathe. This is gonna chart. It's
No,
gonna go.
he responded. Then he did the freaking tailor made. So he's now put that on a
He's
pedestal.
done
Basically,
it to himself. Yeah,
he's done it to himself. So he has to respond now.
Take your time.
Kendrick, he just said, "I'm gonna take my time."
You can't make you.
Especially with all the buffoonery, with everybody just sending shots at him. I'm going to step back and I'm going to say, let me take my time because I want to address this guy by myself. I don't want to be
hear it.
included with the gang. I want to shoot at his head.
My argument is, listen, this needs time. This isn't Meek Mill. It's not even Push. Like, this is your biggest adversary.
Pusha T's laughing.
You have to take time with this. Have to.
Yeah, it's a fact. Let's see what happens, man. Let's see.
I inherit the beef.
Yeah.
Let him live, man.
Let's see where it go.
Pharrell Williams. All right, well, music. I think that there's no need to do more
Yeah,
topics,
let's
but
go into
that was a really good episode.
my choice this week is a song on Party Next Door's project called No Chill.
No chill.
It's a good little vibe.
What am I going for?
Party.
This is tough. Is Getting Sexy on there?
I don't think so.
I really enjoy that song.
Bow. Listen, she's getting it.
I
She is
was
fun,
gonna
man.
put that viral song, $1 Million Baby. but
What? Do you know, that would have been my choice.
Yeah,
It's
pick it.
such a banger.
It's a banger, but it's just
It's good, man.
it's not for right now.
You
for
heard
me,
it?
innit?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
What do
yeah,
you mean it's
yeah,
not for right now? Do you?
It's not for me right now.
Ah.
I think it bangs, but it's just like whatever, innit?
What an incredible performance.
Milano by Prof. He's just been throwing up ads. I listened to his track.
Prof is good. I like Prof.
And
yeah.
maybe we can dive in deeper into this into the next episode. Homeboy from Manchester is sending for Stormzy.
Who? Bugsy.
Yeah.
Wasn't that a few weeks ago?
In his
A few
daily
months
duppy.
ago?
Listen, I'm behind.
Oh,
I've
fair
just
enough. We
put
can get
into
into it, but I don't think anything's happened as a result.
Yeah. Anyway, Main Chat Podcast episode 241. Those are our choices. Until next time, peace.
We out.